I see a lot of people wasting their time just smoking weed, you know?
Yeah, it used to be me.
And, you know, weed, hey, you know what? Weed's pretty much legal. If you want to smoke weed, you know, on your casual time,
Do it.
for me, there's no problem against it. But I see a lot of people that are smarter than me, more gifted than me, and they are just in a constant loop that they need to be high when they're not doing something. And then that time just gets wasted. Where, on the other hand, we're reading books, I'm going to the gym, I'm playing with Ace. I've met so much people going to the dog park. So that's just time spent at the dog park, you know?
Right.
You know what's crazy? I hope more people do smoke weed and do become more lazy or do become more unproductive because it makes everything easier for me.
Yeah.
That's how I see it, because the people, like, the world we live in is so much easier than from where our parents grew up in, because everybody, like, a lot of people recognize I have to bust my ass to get going.
Oh, yeah.
Now we live in a world of, like, social media, and you can learn everything on the internet, and people think it's easy because you can learn it from home. You still got to put the work in. You still have to study and educate yourself and be around people with experience. And so I kind of like, go ahead, keep smoking. It just makes everything that I'm doing a little bit more easier, because I recognize the majority of the population is easily influenced because it makes you feel good, or it's an escape or something. I don't know why people do it, but I just recognize it's going to be easier for me to climb up the ladder that I need to climb.
True. You know, in that aspect, I came from a blue-collar career and work, and most people, it's just sad the way things have turned. It's become like the bottom of the barrel decision to make to do something like that. And so just being an average guy with a little bit of like a hunger in him, I was able to move up fast because there wasn't that many competitors to compete against.
Right. So yeah, there's a net positive and a net negative, but net negative comes from the person themselves. Like it affects them, no one else.
Yeah, kind of coming back to what John said. He said, I've met many people that are more talented than me, more this, and that than me. But they just, waste their time doing whatever it might be smoking weed, might be whatever.
Just not applying themselves. Right. I see it often.
And one of the biggest quotes I think I ever learned was, hard work beats talent when talent isn't working hard. Yeah. And I think that's been one of the biggest things for myself, seeing like,
as well,
there's talented people in my department that are really talented, but they refuse to put in the work. And hard work will always be talent when talent's not working hard.
Back to my job.
Damn.
My boss was like, there can be Mr. Golden Arm, Mr. Golden Well, who's like amazing.
Right.
But if he's lazy, we can never depend on him. They go, you show up every day, you work extra hours, you're Mr. Consistent.
Right.
We can bank on you, And that like over time, like what's just better, I don't know, but at least people can recognize that, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, with any skill, right? It could be a sport, it could be any skill. It's like the person could be really talented, but if they're not putting in the work every single day to make this thing happen, then, I mean, all you have is talent. You know what I mean? You don't have the experience of hard work and actually developing the skill. Like, you just have the talent.
Yeah.
Like, imagine any, like, amazing basketball player. Like, imagine if LeBron was just talented and didn't put in hard work. Yeah. Just be any other basketball player. But look, the main thing that made him different is, like, he works hard, right? Yeah. He works hard on his body to make sure he's durable. He works hard on his skills to make sure he develops new skills. Yeah. So it's like, if you really want to excel and become above average, which a lot of people nowadays – they don't want to be average, because we're also like, we're convinced that that's not good. It's like, put in the hard work. You're not going to get it just by being talented.
Definitely.
Yeah. And you'll increase your skill in whatever you're learning to do.
Right.
I think Devin used to tell me that too. He's like, yeah, well, Forex is going to be kind of crazy at first, and if you stick to it, it's going to pay off like eventually. Yeah, and it's like it's been like a year or two, and you're already like doing pretty good. Like,
yeah.
I think it's a respect thing too, People can see you put in work consistently.
Yeah, it's like what we learned in I think it was like 7 Habits, right? Like, you can't fake lifting weight. You put in the work to lift the weight.
Right. Yeah, I think the gym is a good place to see that.
I love the gym.
Yeah, the gym is a great place to say that. I mean, there's people with genetics, but the dude that doesn't have the genetics but still going crazy in the gym going to look better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.